Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here with us this morning. My name is Bridget Quinn. I'm the President and CEO of the Hartford Public Library. And today it is my honor and privilege to announce a wonderful new grant that we received. We are honored to receive $450,000 for a 2-year grant through the USCIS, United States Immigration and Citizenship Administration, for our Naturalization Application Services Grant Program. Hartford Public Library is the only library in the country to be awarded funds through USCIS's Citizenship Instruction and Naturalization Application Services Grant. Launched in 2000, so 23, almost 24 years old now, the American Place is at the forefront of welcoming immigrants and providing them the opportunities and support needed to achieve U.S. citizenship and become fully engaged citizens. Hartford Public Library was the first library to do this in the country, and there really aren't that many that do it, but the wonderful people here in Hartford recognize this as a need, and this program has grown exponentially in the 20-plus years that it has been in service to our community. And people really rely on the services that we provide because it's so much more than the service that they receive, helping to navigate the naturalization process, because we bring everything else that comes with us as an institution to be of service to people that come to us. So things like access to reading materials, to ESL classes. Many of our students are here today, our students that are pursuing citizenship are here today with us. So we're able to broaden the scope of that. So yes, we have legal services. Yes, we have training to help people take the test and navigate the process. We work in concert with our partners at USCIS right next door to make this be a process that is welcoming and that we can bring in new members of our community to this process and have them be fully engaged citizens. So it is a fabulous program, and one that really brings us such joy too when we have the naturalization ceremonies here at the library. To see people's faces and families when they become new citizens is just one of the most incredible things I've done in my career. So this funding, this grant, this very generous grant, will enable us to enroll an additional 204 students that would otherwise not be served. So 204 new potential citizens will be coming through this funding. And USCIS focused the grant in this cycle to reach remote, underserved, and vulnerable communities per Executive Order 14012, restoring faith in our legal immigration systems. And that trust, I think, is a big reason why people come here to HPL to seek these services, is because they're trusted people that are here as instructors and as mentors and as administrators to hopefully make this path to citizenship a much easier way to navigate with the help of people in the community that are just here to serve them. I'd like to thank Marcy Reed and Susan Kosova from CT Department of Education. The department is the key funder for our ESL classes, and that component for ESL is such a critical part of making sure that people that are seeking naturalization have that skill set as part of that process. Most of the TAP students that moved into our citizen classes, once their English has improved enough to prepare for their naturalization interview and civics test. So it's a really critical component of that path. I would also like to acknowledge Stephanie Dominguez Jorge. Both Stephanie and her sister attained citizenship through the American Place, and Stephanie now works with us as a TAP support specialist, and she's here today. Wave, Stephanie. While also pursuing a degree in communications at Central Connecticut State University. She's a delightful ambassador for the program and an inspiration to all those we serve. And I also want to thank our local USCIS field director, Joshua Sutton, if he's here. I wasn't sure if he was here this morning. But the partnership between our two agencies is another reason why this program is so successful. So we're so thankful to USCIS and to our federal representatives for making sure that the Hartford Public Library is supported in this work that really directly benefits the people that call Hartford home. And now I'd like to introduce Mayor Luke Bronin to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, congratulations to the entire team at the Hartford Public Library, and thank you for everything that you do to make this place so special. You see on the wall behind us the slogan of this great library, that it is a place like no other. And one of the things that makes this a place like no other is that it has been committed, it has been a national leader to making sure that the library is open and accessible and welcoming to all, and embracing our long history and our proud tradition of being a community that so many have made their home, and in many cases have made their first home when taking that journey toward American citizenship. And I'm so grateful to Bridget and the entire team, to Homa for the leadership of the American Place, because this center, the American Place here at the Hartford Public Library, is one of the best places you will find anywhere in the country to help new Americans, to help aspiring Americans get on that path to citizenship and complete the journey. And Bridget talked about the naturalization ceremonies. We've had a number of naturalization ceremonies right here in this room, right here on this stage. Those are some of the most moving and joyful moments for me over the last 8 years, to see people from all over the world who've come together here at the Hartford Public Library through the American Place and then raise their right hand to take the oath as new American citizens. I am so, so thankful that we have a place as special as this to help so many new Americans on that journey. I also just want to say how deeply grateful we are to all of our partners, including Congressman John Larson and our federal delegation, who worked hard to make sure that these resources are available. This is a really significant grant, $450,000 to help 200 new Americans take the path to citizenship. That is a beautiful thing, it is an important thing, and it's possible because our federal delegation made it possible. So we're really, really thankful for that partnership. I also just want to stress again what Bridget said. This is the only library in the country that got a grant like this. The only library in the country to get a grant to do this work of supporting immigrants, supporting those who want to take that path to citizenship. And we as a community are so proud of the work that our team at the Hartford Public Library does every single day. And I think this is a tremendous testament to that work, to that commitment, to the spirit in which the team here at the Hartford Public Library does the work of making sure that this remains a place like no other and remains a place that is open to all. So thank you so much to Bridget, to the entire team, to everybody who you mentioned who was a part of putting this grant together. And now it's a tremendous privilege to introduce our congressman, the best partner that any mayor could have. He has been with us every step of the way, working hand in hand, fighting for resources for our community, advocating for things that will make a difference here, and actively reaching out constantly to see how he can help. So, Congressman, thank you so much, and it's great to have you here.
Well, it's pretty easy when you have the best mayor in the country that you're working for, you know. And I know all of you feel the same way I do, that how much his extraordinary leadership is going to be missed. Now, we all hope and pray and visualize there are greater things in store for somebody who just brings so much to public service in such a rational, down-home manner. And this is just a small but extraordinarily important thing. As the mayor has indicated, and as Bridget indicated, the only library in the country to get a grant? That is pretty remarkable, because it's a very competitive place, especially with the scarcity of dollars that exists out there. But when you have ingenuity, and you have vision, and you have a caring culture and great leadership, this is the result. So for me, and I'd say for the whole delegation, we get to hold our chests out pretty high, bragging essentially on your work and your efforts and what you do. And is there a more important thing than citizenship. I'm a former teacher, and I can tell you when everybody was patting themselves on the back after the last election and say, wow, this was the greatest turnout that we've had in decades, you know, and they said, well, what was the turnout? 64%. Last time I checked as a teacher, that's a D minus. And yet, there's this confusion that persists. Fortunately, not among immigrants that are coming to the country who have the desire, want the education, want to participate in that great American dream, but within our own school systems. I dare say there's a lot of seniors in high school today who could not pass this test. And we've got to wake up to this fact in this country and get greater participation in terms of how we're communicating the true beliefs of what it means to be an American citizen and how we move a nation forward, starting with our communities and working our way up. Bridget, I can't commend you enough for the work that you have done, and Jennifer and Homa, you know, all of you have just been remarkable. But we've got to expand on this. On one hand, no other library in the country gets this. Think about that. Every library in the country should be doing something like this so that we have that opportunity to engage our citizens in the true American dream and what a democratic republic is all about and the responsibility that they have. I've been blessed to work with great leaders, and this library certainly has demonstrated time and again what a great leader it is. And then to have a mayor who's regarded nationally as extraordinarily as Luke has been. I know that we'll miss him. I'm not going to let him go. I'm going to be hanging on to him for his intellect, his support, his commitment, his compassion. Have you ever met a mayor more committed to his community and out in front of the people like he is? Yes.
Yeah.
So, this is an extraordinary feat, $450,000 out of only $5 million nationally. That's pretty remarkable in and of itself, and richly deserved because of your efforts and hard work. But it doesn't happen both without your leadership and thoughtfulness and to having somebody to carry the ball for you like Luke Bronin. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. It of course starts at that federal level, though, making sure that there are these funds available and that they're here for our community. So thank you for your stalwart support, for fighting for Connecticut, for Hartford, and knowing that institutions like the library really do the work of the people. And so what you fight for in Washington comes here and we put it to use, and we couldn't be more grateful for your support and investment in us. Thank you. And like you, I get to stand up here and take a lot of credit, right, for the work of the institution, but it does take a tremendous amount of investment from people, from our board. We have an incredible board that supports the vision and the services that we provide, but then, of course, to the people that actually make the work happen. And I want to invite Jennifer Torres, who is the manager of the American Place, up to say a few words about the important work that she and her colleagues do.
Good morning, everyone. Libraries belong in this space, and we have a critical role to play. The demand for our citizenship services has grown exponentially since 2013, when we were authorized by the U.S. Department of Justice to offer immigration legal services. Thanks to the generosity and support of the USCIS grant program, We have been able to help over 200 immigrants each year with successfully completing their application forms and preparing for their civics test and naturalization interview. With these new and expanded funds, we expect to promote citizenship more widely across the region, since one of the key barriers stopping many eligible immigrants from applying for citizenship lies in the fact that they may lack clear information or have received incorrect or misinformation. For instance, many are unaware that low-income individuals are often eligible to apply for a reduced or full fee waiver to cover the expense of the federal application fee. Also, for those applicants who are 50 years of age or older, the requirement to read, write and speak in English may be waived if certain criteria are met, even if one is from a country where English is the official language, such as Jamaica or Guyana. We are sincerely grateful for the ongoing funding from USCIS over the past 10 years, which have allowed us to provide citizenship preparation and outstanding legal assistance at absolutely no cost to those aspiring to become American citizens. Thank you to our students who are here today and to our staff, many of which have joined us today and are in the audience. Thank you.